Welcome to our channel Maths Bench. Everybody first in this bench. My videos are very helpful to the students who are studying 10th class or preparing for the 10th class examinations. I hope you will feel good after watching this video. After that, please subscribe my channel for more interesting updated videos. Well, thank you for choosing my video. While late, let's enter into our class tangents and secants to a circle's objectives. Okay, let's start the class. Now the question, number of tangents can be drawn to a circle is dash. Let's understand the concept. This is a circle. How many tangents can be drawn to a circle? Here this is a tangent and 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 this is a tangent. Like that, every point on the line on the circle we can draw a tangent. So we can draw infinite tangents from on a circle. Suppose if we given a circle and a point, how many tangents can be drawn from an external point means we can draw only two tangents, tangent 1 and tangent 2. In this case it has only two tangents. If we given a circle and a already one either secant or tangent, how many parallel tangents can be drawn means we can draw one and only one parallel tangent parallel to the given secant given tangent. If it is secant we can draw two parallel tangents. Okay na? Memorize these concepts. Sometimes you will get 0, sometimes you will get 1, sometimes you will get 2 and sometimes you will get infinite also. Okay na? In this case answer is infinite, because on a circle how many tangents can be drawn? For the circle every point we can draw one tangent, so we can draw infinite tangents to a circle. Option D. Okay, next problem. Now the second one, a line intersects the circle at 2 points is called, this is a circle. If the line intersects the circle at 2 points, then it is called as a tangent of the circle, secant of the circle. If it intersects at only one time, then it is called as a tangent of a circle. If a line intersects the circle at 2 points is called as a secant of a circle. If a line intersects a circle at only one point, then it is called as tangent of a circle. So here given at 2 points, so option is here tangent of a circle. B is correct. Okay, next one. Now the third one, P is an interior point of the circle whose center is O. This is a point here. This is a circle. Center point is equal to O and P is an interior point. Then which of the following is true? Here we know R is called radius. Here from the point, any point on the circle, suppose A, OA is called as a radius R. Now if we join OP, now OP is definitely less than to the R. OP from the point to interior one, OP distance is definitely less than to the OA or the radius R, because here P is a point which is exactly inside of the interior of the circle. If it is outside, suppose this is called as not P as Q, definitely OQ definitely is greater than R, because till here only radius, here more some distance is there, so OQ is greater than R. Now if P is an interior point, then it is called definitely OP is less than R. Suppose P is an exterior, then OP definitely greater than to the R. Right? So P is interior, so this is your answer, interior of the circle, then definitely OP is less than to the R. Option B is correct. Okay, next one. Now When a chord moves towards the center of a circle, this is a circle and this is a center of a circle. We know this is a chord with little bit of away from the center of a circle. This is a one more chord like that. If you draw the chords, you can observe clearly this length compare with this length, it is increased. Compare with this one, when you are observing the next one, little bit of increased. Again this is also increased. So that we can say if a chord is moves towards the center of a circle, the length of a chord, what you are doing here, increasing. So length of a chord is increases when it moves towards the circle, and the length of a chord will be decreases when it moves away from the center of a circle. It moves towards the center of a circle, then the length is increases. Okay, now when the chord is moves away from the center of a circle, then that will be decreases. The chord length will be decreases. Towards increases, away decreases. Okay, so here given towards the center of a circle, so length of a chord will be increases. Now the problem, O is a center of a circle. Let's draw a circle and its center is O. And D is a distance between the center and a point. From this point and here external point, suppose P. Now this distance between the center and a point is called here D, and radius is R. From this one I am drawing one tangent. At the tangent I am drawing a radius. We know this radius is equal to R. Now what is the length of tangent? Suppose this is called L. We have to find out what is the length of a tangent. The angle between the radius and the tangent is definitely 90 degrees. Right, now we have to find out L value. Apply right triangle, Pythagoras theorem. Opposite to right angle, this is hypotenuse, side to side. We can say that by Pythagoras theorem, hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Opposite to right angle is D, so D square is equal to remaining R square plus L square. Transpose D square minus R square is equal to L square. L value is equal to square transpose square root of D square minus R square. Length of L, length of tangent is equal to root D square minus R square. Option A is correct. Okay, next bit. Now the problem, number of tangents can be drawn from an external point. This is a circle and this is an external point. From the external point, this is one tangent and this is also one more tangent. The how many tangents? 1, 2. There are 2 tangents can be drawn from an external point P. This is suppose A and B. This is PA tangent and this is PB tangent. And also we can draw 2 tangents and they will be equal tangents. PA length is equal to PB. Again, number of tangents drawn from an external point. From an external point we can draw 2 tangents and also equal tangents can be drawn. Okay, next bit. Now the problem is the angle between radius and tangent to a circle at the point of contact. This is a circle and its radius O. From an external point P, this is called as a tangent and this is called as a radius. The angle between the radius and the tangent is always 90 degrees at the point of contact. At the point of contact, the angle between the radius is definitely perpendicular to the tangent. Radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at the point of contact. So perpendicular means how much angle? 90 degrees. So option C is correct. Now the next one, find the value of x in the adjacent figure. As our discussion, this is called as a radius and this is called as a tangent. The angle between radius and tangent to a circle is definitely 90 degrees. We can apply Pythagoras theorem. What is that? Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Opposite to right triangle is x. So x whole square is equal to one side value equal to 6 and second side value is equal to 8. X square is equal to 6 square 36 plus 8 square 64. X square is equal to 36 plus 64 is equal to 100. X is equal to square root of 100. Then value of x is equal to 10 centimeters. So option A is correct. Okay, next one. Now the problem is, from the adjacent figure find the value of x. Again same process. This is the radius and this is tangent. Angle between radius and tangent is 90 degrees. We can apply Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Opposite to right triangle is 15. So 15 square is equal to one side value is 9, second side value is equal to x. 15 square, 15 jar 225, 9 square is equal to 81, x square. Transpose to opposite side, 225 minus 81 is equal to x square. Subtract 225, 81. 5 minus 1, 4. And borrowing here will be 12. 12 minus 8 is equal to 4 and here 1. So 144 is equal to x square. Value of x is equal to root 144. Value of x is equal to 12 centimeters. So option A is correct. Okay, next one now. From the adjacent figure find the value of x. We know this is a radius and tangent. Angle here 90, not here. Okay, now we can apply Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to side square plus side square. Hypotenuse opposite to right triangle is 25. Square is equal to one side value x and second side is 24. 25 square is equal to 625 x square. 24 square is equal to 576. Transpose 625 minus 576 is equal to x square. Subtract these two will becomes 49 is equal to x square, right? Value of x is equal to root 49. Then x is equal to 7 centimeters. So option A is correct. Okay, next bit now. Now in a ABCD is a parallelogram. We know properties of the parallelogram. Angle A minus angle C, A, B, C, D. About the angles, opposite angles are equal. Here second angle equal to second angle. So angle A is equal to angle C, angle B is equal to angle D. About these angles are equal, opposite angles are equal, and sum of adjacent angles is equal to 180. Angle A plus angle B 180, B plus C 180, C plus D 180, D plus A 180. But is given minus angle A minus angle C. So angle A minus angle C. Okay, here angle A, angle C both are equal. Here this 10b, this also 10. 20 means 20, 40 means 40. Both angles are equal. So the equal angles are subtracted, then becomes value is equal to 0. So angle A minus angle C is equal to 0 degrees. So option A is correct. Now the question, if a parallelogram is a cyclic, then it is dash. Parallelogram is cyclic, then it is dash. If a parallelogram is a cyclic, then it is called as a rectangle. It changes only the angles. If changes in angles is called as rectangle. Suppose in a rhombus, if the rhombus is a cyclic, then it is called as a square. These are the 2 points we have to revise. If a parallelogram is a cyclic, then it is called a rectangle. If a rhombus is a cyclic, then it is called as a square. Cyclic means all the 4 points are lie on same. Then this quadrilateral is called as a cyclic, means the 4 vertices are lie on circle. That is called as cyclic quadrilateral. Okay, next, so here option is parallelogram is cyclic, then it is rectangle, option A. In the next bit also same, given rhombus is a cyclic, then it is called a square. Let's discuss that now. Now the question is, if a rhombus is cyclic, then it is dash. As our previous discussion, rhombus is a cyclic, then becomes as a square. So option C is correct. Next bit. From the adjacent figure, value of x is equal to this angle you have to find. Right? Now here this angle equal to 100. When you are joined at any point in the other segment is definitely this 100 means here will be half. So it will becomes as 50 degrees. Right? Angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended in the remaining part of a circle. This word you learned in the 9th class. Okay, leave that is a part. Now here angle how much is there? That should be here half. 100 by 2 here 50. Now here in the 50 this is a circle, and here point A and here point is B, here point suppose C. Okay na? Here you got an angle is equal to 50. Here this is a point, here angle we have to calculate x. These two are called what type of angles? Opposite angles. Sum of opposite angles is equal to 180 in cyclic quadrilateral. X plus 50 is equal to 180 plus transpose minus x is equal to 180 minus 50, then value of x is equal to 130. So here x value will be 130. Option C is correct. Here you have to memorize 2 points. Here angle how much is there? Here that angle should be half at the remaining part. That is point number 1. And second point, in a cyclic quadrilateral, sum of opposite angles is equal to 180. Using of these two words, you can solve this. You will get the angle A is equal, angle X is equal to 130. Okay, next bit. From the adjacent figure, value of X is equal to dash. Now we know, as our previous discussion, these two angles are opposite angles. In which type of quadrilateral? Cyclic quadrilateral. Means the 4 vertices are lie on the same circle. So x plus 80 is equal to 180 plus 80 transpose minus. So x value is equal to plus 80 transpose minus value of x is equal to 180 minus 80, then value of x is equal to 100. Here options not there, so option C is correct. Okay, next one. Now from the adjacent figure, find the value of x. We know this is a radius and this is a tangent. Here angle becomes 90. Here this is a radius and this is a tangent. Here angle becomes 90. Right? Now one angle given 40, this angle 90, this angle also 90. You have to find out fourth angle in a quadrilateral. In OAPB, quadrilateral, sum of 4 angles. First angle x, second angle 90, third angle 90, fourth angle x is equal to 360. 90 plus 90, 180. 180 plus 40 is equal to 220. So 220 is equal to 360 plus transpose minus x is equal to 360 minus 220 is equal to 140. Option C is correct. Okay, next one. Now the given PA and PB are the two tangents. PA is one tangent, PB is one tangent. So OA is radius, OB is radius. So angle between them definitely 90. 90. And one angle is already given, AOB is equal to 100. Then what is APB? Now in the quadrilateral AOBP, in the quadrilateral AOBP, sum of 4 angles is equal to 360. Here 90, here 100, here 90. So 2 90s and 100 plus the angle APB is equal to 360. 90 plus 90, 180 plus 100 is equal to 280 plus angle APB is equal to 360 plus 280 transpose minus angle APB is equal to 360 minus 280. So angle APB is equal to how much? 80 degrees. So C is correct. Okay, next bit. Now the next one, from the adjacent figure, value of x is equal to, here total angle is equal to 120. This 120 angle, this line will divides into two equal parts. The total angle 120 is given, so this angle above is 60 and below is also 60. Now requirement is x in the above triangle, so we are taking this triangle POA. Here this PA is a tangent and this is a radius. So this angle is how much? Here 90. So 90 plus 60 plus x. In a triangle, one angle x, second angle 90 because perpendicular, third angle 60, total angle divides into two equal halves. So 60 60 is equal to sum of three angles of a triangle equal to 180. X plus 90 plus 60 is equal to 150 is equal to 180 plus 150 transpose minus value of x is equal to 180 minus 150, then value of x is equal to 30 degrees. So option B is correct. Okay, next one. Now the bit is here, O is a center of a circle, O center, and AB is a diameter called A, B is a diameter, P is a point on the circle, so P is a point on the circle, then angle A, P, B. When the diameter divides the circle into two parts, so it is called as a semicircle. We circle, semicircle. In the semicircle, any angle is definitely 90 degrees. Angle in semicircle 90 degrees, because here angle is how much? Here 180. The above angle definitely half. 180 by 2 is equal to 90. Simply you can learn the statement, angle in semicircle is equal to 90 degrees. This is a circle. If your diameter at any place it is a semicircle, angle in a semicircle always 90 degrees. Okay, next bit. From the adjacent figure, value of x. This we have to consider only the triangle. In this triangle, here angle is equal to 70. Here angle equal to x. These two sides are equal. So angles also will be equal. Two sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. So this is also becomes x. Right, now the value sum of three angles of a triangle equal to 180. 70 plus x is equal to 180. 70 plus x is equal to 2x is equal to 180 plus 70 transpose minus 2x is equal to 180 minus 70. 2x is equal to 110. Then value of x is equal to 110 by into 2 transpose by 2 ones are 255s are. So value of x is equal to how much you will get? 55. Okay, this is your problem. I hope you understand the objectives what we explained in this class. This is your self-assessment. I gave you 5 bits. Please practice yourself by using the content what you watched now. Okay, please pause the video and note down and solve them. Okay, I hope you like my video. Please subscribe my channel for more interesting updated videos. Thank you for watching my video. Have a nice day.